Hey guys, in this video I will show you how to set up your Valorant game, and we'll start with settings with your graphics. So first of all you need to do is go and press escape just like that, and you will be here. You can wanna click the video here and go into general. First of all you wanna choose the display mode. Personally I use windowed full screen, so that way when I use two monitors I can see it better. However, I would recommend going simply for full screen, which is gonna really improve your FPS as well. Here you wanna go for the best one that you can use. In my case, I'm using this monitor with 144 Hz, and here you wanna click the right one, and that's all. Then you wanna just simply click apply. Unless you are playing on laptop, you wanna just do the similar things as I have right here and turn this NVIDIA reflex low latency on. You can go even on plus boost. Then when we move to graphics quality, this is pretty much the best setting that you want to have if you want to have the most FPS. So let's go through it. Simply you want to have this multi-thread rendering on, which is gonna enable your CPU to use more cores, and it's gonna be much smoother gameplay. And since this Valorant is CPU bound game, it's gonna really improve. Then all these material qualities you wanna go for low. As you can see, for example, in detail, it does, for example, these leaves are not gonna be here, so it's gonna improve a lot. For example, there are wires here as well, so it's gonna render them off, and it's pretty unnecessary. And when you are playing, for example, like this, there is, for example, Viper Ball, there is gonna be less clouds going off of it compared to if it were on high. As you can see, there's gonna be much more of it and much more effects, so that's why you don't want to use it. So like that. As you can see, there is this thing on the side, and if you are holding corner, it can be also give you an advantage over enemies who have this on, so that way you can see them sooner than they can see you. Then with these you want to have this VSync off, since this can reduce your input lag when it's off. On vignette, it doesn't really do much. It's just gonna make the game look a little different. However, keep this off. You wanna go for anti-aliasing. You wanna keep this at least at MS2, since this will remove the blurry edges and make the edges clearer. If you go into anisotropic filtering, this is pretty much the same thing. It's gonna work on the oblique corners, oblique angles, and doesn't really make a huge difference, but for the FPS sake of it, you just wanna keep this at low, not really at 1 or 0, but like this. And with all of these, you wanna have this as well. For example, at cast shadows, it will render your shadow, but it won't render the shadow of the enemy even if it's on, so it doesn't once again make any difference. Now let's move on to general. Once again, just you wanna click here, and you wanna keep all the settings as I do pretty much. All you really wanna focus on is your mouse sensitivity. You wanna know what DPI your mouse is running at. I have 800 DPI on mouse and 0.5 in here, so it's gonna give you eDPI, which is gonna, you multiply those two numbers and it's gonna give me 400, and you wanna keep this between 250 to 600, so that way you are not too slow or too quick with your mouse. Keep these sensitivities the same, and once again you wanna turn this, the beta raw input buffer, on, and it's gonna give you, it should give you something that your mouse gonna feel smoother, and aiming should be a little bit better. So definitely keep this on if you don't have to. On map, I tend to play with it like this. You wanna keep the minimap size, you wanna have it higher than it is as it is usually. As you see in the top left corner, I have it pretty far, so that way the map, I can read it much sooner, and I can watch what my teammates is happening on the whole map. And the thing, you wanna have it also zoomed out, so that way I can see the whole map all the time, and I don't have to worry that I will be missing anything. I keep it on fixed and based on the side, so it really depends how you like it. Some people have it centered, but I don't think that's the best way, since you wanna know about the whole map all the time, not just around you. If you want to privacy, it really depends on how you want to have it set up. I have everything on off. Then there are others. So the first person handiness is gonna change if you have your weapon in the left on or on the right. You can do test on the internet. It's gonna show you what is gonna be better for you. It depends on which eye for you is stronger, so that way it's gonna feel more natural. This is gonna always show you the inventory on the right. I have everything, all of these off. The only important thing that I would say right here is this show corpses, and you wanna have this on off, since if there is a dead body, for example right here, actually better case would be for example right here, someone die on this corner, and you have this on off, you are still able to see through their body, since there is gonna be just a little token on the ground, and it's not gonna interrupt your vision on anyone who might be, for example, behind this corner. So definitely have this on off. It's one of the most important things that you should do, especially if you are playing Sage. It's gonna be even much easier for you to rest someone. Then all of these, you wanna have these as I have. Moving on to another one is this Crosshair. This really depends how you like your style. Never use the simple one that when you start the game. Just definitely try to use on the internet, just type Valorant Crosshairs, and there's gonna be plenty of sites that's gonna help you how you want to have this set up. There's plenty of ways. You can even make it right here, so that way you don't have to worry, and that you can save a lot of these crosshairs, so that way you can use different ones, and for example this one I like to use as well. In controls, you just simply bind how you like to move. I have everything different than usually pretty much anyone. I have a lot of things on mouse, so that way I can use it like that, and it all depends. You can even create the agent profiles, where if you don't like, for example, having your gravity well on top, you can bind it to something else, and it's just gonna stay right here. The same thing works for the equipment and the communication. As you can see, you want to have everything set up so that way you can use it, and the same thing works for everything right here. In audio, it's pretty much preference, but I would keep this music and lobby music, the menu and lobby music pretty much off, since it's usually annoying, and everything else you just can keep as it is. And most importantly, you want to set this up, you want to turn this on, is enable HRTF, and it's gonna be much better sounds for the 3D space, and it is much simpler for you to know where the enemies are if you have this on. Once again, here, if anything doesn't work for you, for example you cannot hear your teammates in the game, it's usually gonna be here in output, or if your teammates cannot hear you, you just wanna have this, set up your microphone here and everything there. You can also turn off your party voice chat or your team voice chat as well, and here you can see what it is binded to. So yeah, those are the best settings that you wanna be using in your game. Definitely give these settings a shot if you are playing a lower end system, or the other settings if you are using them in game. Definitely turn those things on, for example the HRTF or the NVIDIA boost or the tokens when the enemies die here. Definitely turn these off or on, depending on the tutorial, and let me know in the comments how it works for you. I think this is a great beginner's guide to show, for example, your friends who are just starting off in the game, so that way they know how to play it and they are not stuck with some random bugs or low FPS. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and see you guys soon. Bye.